Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? Y'all already know it's Mr. Hood Love, Mikey B, and this is a collaboration with Hood Love TV and an official prison talk. With me, I got my brother Joey P. Joey P, introduce yourself, man.
What's good? I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. It's Joey P in the building, aka Joseph P. Lane, an official prison talk co-host. You already know we in the building, man.
What up,
Damn,
guys? My name is Maya, and I go by Damn Homie, and I'm one of the hosts for Official Prison Talk.
Jay.
Yo. And y'all know who it is. Your boy, hashtag Free J Burton. This is what I come to do. I do this every week, every month, every day. It don't matter. I'm here to do my thing no matter where I'm at. I came to bring one of my special guests, my big bro, Chico Brown from Compton, California. You know, y'all probably heard about the stories about the real Freeway Rick Ross. Y'all probably heard about Snowfall. But y'all ain't realizing that the movie is based on this man right here. It's my big bro, Chico Brown. Could you introduce yourself and let them know that Hub City is in the house?
Chico Brown.
In the house. Yeah, I'm Chico Brown from Compton. Yeah, I just I want to tell you guys a little about my story and what I'm doing now and how I went to prison early age and came out, got into the movie production company and stuff like that. But it was a journey getting them, and I like to explain to people that want to listen and you can change your life around. Whatever the difficulties you go through, it's always a change at the end of it.
All right, you know what? Hey, but look, Chico, we need you to tell people. Well, before we even get to the story about you, Fred Rick Ross, and 100 kilos, all that kind of stuff. That's small to some people, but that's big to people like me. But how was it growing up in Compton? What was that about, and how did you get from being a Compton Crip to an alleged former drug kingpin?
So we talking about me growing up in Compton. I can explain this to you kind of. I'm not saying easy, but growing up in Compton wasn't no gang. So we talking about Crips and stuff started like in '69. So I was born in '64. So at the age of 5, I knew what was going on. By the time I was 12, I was fully a gang member. I was at 12 years old. I got shot, drive-by shooting. This was like in 1976.
God damn, at 12? Sorry.
At 12, yeah, I was shot at
Wow.
12. Not just
I was
me,
literally playing with dolls. This man's like getting shot. Why?
not just me and both of my brothers got shot at the same time.
Damn.
Why?
Yeah, so this is 1976. So I'm getting introduced to what's really going on. But as I'm telling you this, in '76 when I got shot, so my neighborhood probably started in say 1970, and the Crips started in '69. So we're talking about a year after the Crips even started. I got involved in at '76. I was shot. 1980, my best friend died in my arms at Centennial High School. So we talking about this starting at an early age. So by the time I'm 15, 16, I was carrying bodies already.
Dang.
My best friend, when he died in my arm I think I was 15 years old. And so I was a pallbearer at 15 from this stuff that's starting in Compton. We're talking about Crips and Pyrus. We're not going to talk about, I'm just talking about what I know from me growing up, Crips and Pyrus, because Pyrus came like in '71, 2 years later. But at the time I grew up, that's what I know, Crips and Pyrus.
So look, let me ask you something, because you said about, I'm pretty much familiar with your story because I know you got a book on the way, you got a movie on the way. Your best friend died in your arms. Is that what you're telling us? Like in a gang shootout? I mean, what was that about?
Yeah, we actually was going to school. Like at this particular time, I think I was in the 10th grade. He was in 11th. I actually was ditching that day because I went to Compton. He went to Centennial. But I went to Centennial like summer school. But when school started,
Right.
I ended up going to Centennial that day. But instead of us going straight to school, we stopped on this little bridge and we were shooting dice. And then we noticed, somebody coming by because at this time it was Crips and Pirates that went to the school Centennial. So they threw up a Pyru sign, we threw up a Crip sign, and then they start shooting. And then he got, he looked like as they shooting, at that time it probably was a 22 or something, right?
Right.
And so he looked to see what was doing, and then he got shot right in the middle of the eye, So I see the bullet hole, I see everything, but I didn't see no blood. It was just like white stuff coming out of his head. But I know
Right,
what the
right.
white stuff now was his brain. But at the
Man.
time, it was like, damn, I'm thinking, get up. We have, but they still shooting like get up. So we run it and go back. He's just on the ground. And so so at this particular time, we like, come on, get up. And then the ambulance come 30 minutes later, go to the hospital. So he lived for probably 5 days, but not that he was going to make it. They wanted to get his organs and stuff like that.
Damn.
So at 15 years old, this is when I started being a pallbearer, because I think at the end of it, I've been a pallbearer like 28 times.
Damn. So let
To
me
my
ask you
friends,
something
to
else,
my
and
neighborhood.
let me ask you something else. I'm gonna pass the mic to Mikey B next. Like I know your story. What was your no? I want to ask you something about the East Coast, because when I say the East Coast, New York, when you first heard of the word crack rock, remember when you started off with cocaine, and then it became crack. Give us that story about the East Coast doing how that word crack came about.
For us, let me tell you, like for us, it wasn't never crack. It was just rocks, right? And this is funny because now I'm looking at the news and they were like, it's this new drug coming out that's called crack. So I'm seeing this drug they call crack. I'm like, damn, that's just look like the same shit we've been doing. But we've been doing this since, say, when I got out of school, since 82, 83. So we've been doing this. But then they start cracking up the rock that we were selling, and they were selling it for like $2. When out here you couldn't get crack, you couldn't get the rock unless you had $25, $25.50 and up. And then the dudes like on the East Coast start cracking the rock up, and that's how they came up with the name crack. It was cracking a 25-piece rock up. We called it rock, but they called it crack. And I even went to New York and I saw the lines of how they were selling crack. And this was later. This was like 4 or 5 years later after we started this shit. But they were selling it crack, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And come to find out, it was the same thing that we've been doing for years. But I didn't know that they put it to a smaller form to be affordable. I guess it was to be affordable.
Right. Thank you. Good looking out, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo, wow, man. So getting into hustling and getting out of the so you was more of a hustler than get over a gangbanger, right?
No, it started with the gang first, because you got to understand, like when we talk about the crack and the cocaine epidemic and stuff. Then at the time that I was in it, it was powder cocaine when I first started. Like, it wasn't no crack cocaine. It was powder cocaine, and we just moved a $50 pack. And out here, it was a lot of PCP. So we was doing that. I was doing that, like doing my high school days and weed. So it wasn't like people say crack stuff. Then when we started doing the crack stuff, that's when a lot of shit changed for us having a lot of money to get different weapons. Because when I tell you when we got shot with a 22, that's in 1976. It wasn't no Uzis and all the stuff that we got now. And then say in the 80s, that's when all the automatic weapons started coming. We had enough money to buy that stuff. Then it was, it's a lot of other theories that they say happened, like, trains was parked in Compton full of guns and stuff like that. That happened to be true statement. That really happened, where they put a lot of weapons in our community. And then us not knowing that's what was really happening, we was like, oh man, it's good. Everybody got an AK, everybody got this. But we didn't notice that. I didn't notice that until after all this shit was over.
So let me ask you this. What in you made you different from the average hustler where you were able to level up? Because we know in the game, I was in the game for a while, and we know everybody don't make it to that next level, that upper level of the game. What was the difference in you that made that difference?
Because I'll tell the story a lot. Like when I first started, it wasn't like Hispanics who had the cocaine. That's now, but back then it was like, you had to have a Colombian hookup. It wasn't like Hispanics wasn't selling no cocaine like now. That happened later. But like in the 80s, you really had to have a real plug. And, we're talking about getting hundreds and hundreds of kilos then. This is the 80s. And so I guess I'm not going to say, I can't say I was I guess probably I can't say lucky now because that could have been a curse too. But at the same time, I got it. I was the man of getting, you know what I'm saying? But I can't tell you. Like I
So your
never even really,
personality for making connections was better than other people's?
huh?
So your personality of communicating and making connections was better than your peers?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I think probably was at the right place at the right time. And I can't even say that because I'm sure whoever else got it on that side, it could be the same situation. But at that time, and I met the plug, I got the plug, and then I was able to sell. If you want to buy 10, 20, 100, whatever, I can supply that. I can do that. If I'm taking 100 or 200 to New York, I was doing that.
So your money elevated you. You saving your money. I mean, you wasn't spending your money recklessly. 'Cause when I was young and I was in the game, I had big juries, big chains when I was a kid. I was spending a lot of money, cars, jewelry, women, fun. So that
At the
is that
time,
something that separated you how you manage your money?
no, I did the same thing everybody else did, but I wasn't too big on the jewelry stuff. But I spent a lot of money on different things because I know one time I had 20 cars and I can't drive number one, but I was buying all kind of stuff. But I'm not knowing that we talking about in the early '80s, not knowing what the effect of none of this stuff was gonna do. Like I can say now that we destroyed communities and we destroyed neighborhood. We destroyed like our generations, the dudes who were doing this in the '80s, but before that, we all grew up with both our parents and all that stuff. The, what we did to the community, we destroyed the community because we took that drug and put it in our community, and then after that, the people was losing their houses because they was on crack or whatever the situation may be. I think we played a big part of destroying our community. That's
Um,
what came on.
I definitely agree with you on that. But we ain't into that part of the interview yet. You know what I'm saying? We still into the Chico
Build
that was
up.
out there scrambling. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all got any questions? Joey P, damn homie, come
I
on,
got a
jump
million
in.
questions. I was just waiting my turn.
Let's
What was
go.
the
Come on,
dumbest shit you
jump in.
ever spend your money on? When you look back, you're like, why the fuck did I do that?
What you actually say that again?
What's the dumbest shit you ever spend your money on that you look back and you're like, wow, I should have never did that? Like a certain female that turned out to be a piece of
No,
shit
no, I'm gonna
or
tell you
just
this.
anything.
This is a true statement, and that's just in my movie too. I used to start a shop at the Bijan store in Beverly Hills. I only was shop there because it said you gotta have appointment only. So I wanted to go in there like appointment only. I know I got money, I can do that. So I went in that store and I just like, all right, I want this suit, I want that suit. But me not knowing like one jacket that I bought was like $15,000 for a jacket. A suit in there cost 20. Like I got like part of my indictment was that I was shopping at Bijan store and spend like 40,000 and come out with 2 or 3 suits. So that's like some of the dumbest
Damn.
shit I was doing. Like, and then you like people like, who is Bijan? Like, you probably think it's just a cologne, but he had a store. It's still there. He still got the store. But I was shopping there, buying like slacks that cost $2,000 or $3,000, and it's really regular slacks. But it was
Two,
just the
three
name.
thousand, 15,000 for a suit. Do they jerk you off after you leave, or how does it work? What kind of material is it made of? Gold? Like,
You gotta get a happy ending when you're spending that
I'm
much
saying,
cash,
does it
right?
come with a prostitute? Like, what the
We
hell
get off
is
the
this?
phone. We get off
Like,
the phone.
nothing is worth. Is it? I don't know.
No, it's
It's one
not.
of.
At the time, I just thought like, you want to be different from everybody else. So, but that's the thing to the story, because I walked in the store one day and he asked me, what you got on, Chico? Is that Versace? And I was so upset. I said, Versace? Man, you supposed to made this for me. I bought this here. And so I'm like, dang.
Wow.
So it was like, man, you just told me you handmade this, and now you ask me, is this Versace? I was in my feelings for real. That's why I say it's one of the biggest mistakes. Money I spent was buying clothes at Bijan. When you
Bijan,
want
I'm like, I need to Google this because I feel like I would know about something. 15,000 for a suit.
yeah,
And
you
it's one of
Google
those where there's no name brand on it. It's just a regular suit, right? But the material's nice.
yeah, it's just Bijan, just Bijan. You didn't see him because back in the days, The only person he ever promoted like to do his cologne was Michael Jordan. We just Bijan cologne, but Bijan is a very exclusive store. Like, you know what I'm saying? You cannot go in the store unless you
Oh,
got
okay.
it.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So I was wearing that back then in the 80s. And so it was like you cannot go in this store just to shop. You have to have an appointment only. And that's how I became to go in the store because I wanted to know what was this about.
That's
But
crazy because in Brooklyn, if you ever see appointment only, you know there's hookers down there. So we just assume it's a money laundering situation. So
yeah,
this is a little different. Oh,
yeah,
what's like the
this
most
store
fly
was
shit you ever did for a woman?
You
Because you
get a
have
girl to fold your
money.
suit.
So, you know?
so this is on, Rodeo Drive. So here I am from Compton, going to Bijan to the Bijan store in Beverly Hills shopping like it was something normal to do. That's one of the biggest mistakes I think I was doing. Spending
What's
that
the
much
most
money.
shit you ever did for a woman?
Shit.
You ever had a bitch that had pussy that was so good? You're like, bitch, I'm gonna buy you a house. What do you want? A boat? Two houses?
I mean, I that was just part of the game, but at the same time, you know, during that time, it's so plentiful, it didn't matter because I didn't have no value of how much what money was because I never thought this stuff would. I never thought I'd go to prison. I never thought the money, I think I'm still like that, like with money situation, because I didn't value it at all.
I got a question, man. And it's a question that a lot of people don't know. You and Freeway, for a lot of people don't know, that's Freeway's co-defendant. They went to prison together. But it's something that a lot of people who don't know about y'all plug, right? Their plug actually plugged them up and set them up and put them in prison. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was.
Boss on.
He was in jail. He had went to prison. He got
Yo,
caught.
not to interrupt, Chico, before you tell us about that, lead into that with telling us how you met Rick Ross and how y'all got
Oh,
together.
yeah.
So me and Rick, of course, we was in the same business, but he from South Central and I'm from Compton. So people don't you South Central is Compton. No, it's two different worlds. So Rick was doing this thing on that side of town, and I was doing my thing in Compton. But we knew each other. We did a few things together, but we never did business like the last deal we did. So when Rick was in prison, and so he came home, I think in 90. Let me see, he came home in like 92. I just came home too. I had another Fed case that I went to trial on and I won. So it's like, Chico just won a Fed case. I went to trial on the same kind of case. Probably was going to get 30 or 40 years. But I took it to trial and won and I walked out. And so 6 months later, a year later, Rick came home. So we was doing a youth center in South Central. And so he called me and asked me if I wanted to help with the youth center. I said, yeah. So as we doing a youth center, the dude Blandone, this happened in 91. The dude Blandone called him from prison, but we don't know he's in prison. But he called like Rick, just talking small talk, and then Rick was like, yeah, and then he just popped up the idea, man, I need to go back to work. I owe these people a few $1 million, whatever it was. And then Rick was like, I'm done. I'm done with I'm done. And then he just like kept asking us because we was actually building this youth center. It was called Apollo West. We got a building probably 100,000 square foot. We doing everything. Built the studio in there. And the dude just kept bugging Rick, and the Rick felt obligated to help him. So Rick said, I don't really, I just got out, but my partner Chico maybe want to do it. I don't know. So this is how the conversation started. Then I entertained it with Rick. We ended up going to Mexico. We drove out there, me and him, talking about this stuff. At the same time, this dude is still in prison, the federal prison. And we end up talking more and more. It took like 6 months to 8 months to actually do this deal. They let him out to bust us because he had got caught with 10,000 kilos.
They let who out?
Blandone. Blandone was in jail. When we catch this case, he was in the same prison. He was in the same holding tank. They put us in his cell and let him go.
Oh my God.
His plug.
This story is
That's
so crazy. He was
So
in
you got set up.
RCA.
So you got set up by your plug.
Yeah.
kind of like
Blandon.
in Blow.
For 100 kilos.
Yep.
Like in
But he
Blow
was
when they
in jail.
come in and the waiters are all FBI agents. Like, how did it happen?
Yo, they
Yeah.
know about it. My man G'd up Quinn in the chat. Yo, salute to G'd up Quinn. Yo, Dion said to tell you, Dion said to tell you that, tell Chico, bro, Dion from the house sends his respect and love always. You heard?
Oh,
That's
tell him
Dion from my neighborhood.
Yeah,
Dion,
Dion.
What up, Dion?
that's
I
my
ain't
Dion.
seen him in a minute.
D-Town.
Yeah, you know Dion.
Yeah, Dion, that's what you call his brother. We were just talking about.
Hey, that's what I was trying to tell you, Chico. I said I was trying to think of Dion. That's his brother.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
his brother.
No,
Yeah.
it's another one of the guys Chico
D'Anthony,
introduced me to from my neighborhood.
brother.
That's
Okay.
Dion.
So
But they
me
know
and-
about your co-defendant. They know about the dude that set you up in the chat. My man G'd up Quinn. Yo, salute G'd up Quinn. He know about Daniel Blandon. I guess they seen in the
His name is Danilo Blandon. So Danilo,
Danilo. That's it, yeah.
So we went down there to meet him in the right by the border, like in San Diego. So we met him, just talked about the deal, like, I need, Rick, I got 100 over here. If you get these for me, I can pay these people off and stuff like that. This was his cap to get me to. First, I'm like, man, I don't know, then I said, Rick, are you sure? He said, Chick, man, I'm, like a father figure to me. That was the exact word. And I said, man, if you want to do it out, fuck it, let's do it. So we go down there. Probably a month later, it was all set up. The Colombian dude was a DEA. Everybody around there was DEA. Like when I put up in my car, because we ended up spending the night. Me and Rick spent the night, got a hotel and stuff. So it was me, Rick, and we had a driver, Mike, and another co-defendant. So we ended up spending the night because we got to San Diego. It was late. We left like say 11 o'clock from LA, but it was so much traffic we didn't get there till like 5:30 or 6. And so I'm telling them, it's too late. I don't know what this is, So the next morning everybody up, and so we do the deal say like 7 o'clock. And they came with the work and stuff, and the dude Blandon like put me with this other guy who's supposed to be the Colombian who was a DEA. And he said, like, give me the money. And I'm like, no, I'm not, this is exact words I said, I'm not giving you money so I'm asking, I said, until I see something. And then I said, Rick, man, are you sure about these people? And Rick was like, no, it's cool. And then we drove around the corner to a mall, to the parking lot. And so I had Rick to check to see if the shit was there. And Rick gave me the 5, yes, they there. So as soon as he gave me that, I ended up throwing him the money, I threw him the money. And that's when I saw all the DEA jackets. Everybody in that parking lot was the Fed. Helicopters coming off the roof. So it was that kind of stuff. So Rick was in the other car. Yeah, so it was that from the mall, like helicopters coming off.
Damn.
Now Rick is in the other car because we was in 2 different cars. And then the other driver jumped in the car that was a setup. The car didn't move at all. And then Rick took off in the car running down the freeway. So it's a high-speed chase. I'm going through the mall because I'm like, fuck this. But by the time it was so many feds around there, like with the red beam side head. So they got me right there, me and my co-defendant. And so Rick did like a high-speed chase, trying to get on the freeway because Rick was just got out. He wasn't even out 6 months, 5 months or something like that. So this is it. But it was a cold setup from Blandon. And when we get to San Diego, that's where we get busted in San Diego. So when we go to the cell, that's how we find out Blandon was in the same cell they gave us. They were like, he just left. The dude Oscar Danilio. I'm like, we do him as Oscar. Then there's the dude Blandon, but he left because once he told on us, they let him out. So that's why we beat out like appeals and all that, because he was out here illegal from another country, but they set him up. They had him set us up. I just beat a case, so they mad at me. I just beat a case that was going to give me 40 years in prison, that I took it all the way to trial. So they mad at me for that. They mad at Rick for some other shit. So at the end of the day, it was like a no-win situation. That's exactly what how this shit happened.
Right. That's I understand that you got a movie that's going to be based on. Well, let me say something. Snowfall. Is Snowfall actually based on y'all loosely, or is just a fictitious story about people who they think did something? Is that like based on you and Frederick?
It's definitely the whole thing. You know, that ain't never happened to nobody in the country. People say that happened to me, but when me and Rick go to court to trial, you know, the whole CIA, all of this talking about our case about Blandon working for them, pictures and all that. So that's where John Singleton got the story from. CIA bringing it to America through our story. Interviewed Rick, bought the book, got all our you know records from prison and stuff like that. And he actually, you know, I talked to him a couple of times. The story is exactly, you know, of course they changed some stuff, but it's our life. You know, like it's, you know, I don't even like when I first came home, the first 15 years, I didn't even want to talk about this story. Because I feel like, especially when Gary got killed, I'm like, and I tell you, I talked to Gary. Gary, y'all don't know Gary Webb is who wrote the book about Dark Alliance. So he, what you call him, John Singleton ended up buying this book. If you read the book will tell you everything about how the CIA did us. Everything from every part. And then if you watch the movie, you're like, damn. And then him getting killed. And I know I never saw Snowfall, but I heard about the lady who was playing him and she ended up getting killed. Everything about Snowfall is really what happened to us. The dude being from Compton and all that stuff. So it was really our life story, but they changed part.
Oh, so they took your life story to make the Snowfall, and the Snowfall was fire. I ain't going front. I was watching Snowfall in prison.
I never watched it at all, but like if you like when we go to court, that's all they talk about. Like some of the stuff we couldn't talk about because the CIA they said we made this story up. You know what I'm saying? But after all the stuff came out, you know, that's me. If you go to YouTube and watch the CIA coming to South Central, that's me arguing with them, talking about, man, y'all did, you know, y'all said y'all were doing this. And I'm arguing with them. National TV, that shit on CNN anywhere, you can check it out. I'm arguing with them, telling about how they did us, because they were saying that they had no involvement. But then later on, they came back and said they were involved. But that, you know, Deutsch was the head of the CIA then. And I mean, this shit was like some of the craziest stuff you ever want to hear, because you can't believe like that this was happening to us. Like, damn, all the time we thinking we doing this, but we're not doing nothing. We were just like pawns for the government.
Right.
You know, they was telling us when they was gonna raid our house, all kind of shit.
Because they admit later that they were the ones that provided the crack.
Yes. That's
like me giving you crack, saying sell this for me, and then when you go to sell it, I'm like, put him in jail. Fuck that.
They was getting a lot of
called entrapment or some shit.
Yeah.
They coming to you and then taking the money back. It's a robbery.
They took the money back, put us in jail. I mean, we got Oliver North. All of them was involved in this stuff, and they knew exactly what's going on. And that don't even talk about, you know, give it to the, you know, he said exact words, because I ended up getting all the transcripts and all that stuff. Tape recording, because I had an investigator follow. Why did he tell on us? And then, you know, come to find out, because you know what I'm saying? He be like, you know, give it to the blacks, give it to the
great
niggas.
question.
Yeah, give it to the niggas. They sell anything. I'm like, damn, this is
I
all
think
about
you should ask that question, Mikey B.
Yo, listen, Mac Mean said, how long did y'all hold the recipe to yourselves? The crack recipe, you heard?
That's crazy, because people really like was buying that 10 or 20,000 just to learn how you take one key and make 10. Like Rick was, I'm gonna like take one, turn it to 5 or 10.
Damn.
That whip game strong.
Like, you had some pure shit.
That's that whip game.
Yeah, how do you make one turn into, you know, then that shit was busting people heart, making one kilo to 10.
That whip game strong.
Did you have anybody close to you that got addicted to it?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood.
Damn.
Like, you know, like that's the sad part of it, because you see it. You know, you in this neighborhood this a neighborhood that's thriving. You got gang members, because you got I grew up in a Crip neighborhood, so it's all Crip. And then you got the same shit happen on the other side, because it's only divided by one street. You know, you got the Bloods, and then you seeing but you seeing all the automatic weapons, you seeing the cars, like we got everything now. We got the cars, the money, the girls, everything. But at the end of the day, our parents and other people, you know, start using this drug. And then the gang members start using the drug. The shit get wilder than ever. At one time, like people were talking about murders. I'm just saying, like in the 80s, don't you? In the 80s in Los Angeles, California, don't you? They average 1,600 murders a year.
Damn.
That's cause unheard of. When you be talking about people talking about like Chicago and 400 or 500, it's like 1,600 and 1,800 people a year was dying in Los Angeles. Every year,
Shit.
1,800 people. 1985, 86, 87. That's why people were like the 80s was crazy. And it's all because of this
So let's
crack
say you were
cocaine.
dating somebody and I don't know where they was like, yo, you got any? Like, can I get a little bit? Was it automatically like you would break up with them, or would you like be like, I'll
At
keep
the
her
time,
around for now. She got good pussy.
would you say that again?
Basically, if you at that time you dating a bitch, you really like her, but she starts smoking crack on the side, are you automatically like cut her off, or I'll keep her around for a little bit?
Oh no, he get cut off for sure.
You better go, because she gonna start stealing. I got a question, because listen, I know Freeway told me when me and Dan Homie went to go see Freeway, we interviewed him at the Freeway Rick Ross spot. Big shout outs to Freeway. And I asked him, I said, man, you know, how much money you made on some real shit? Like, what was the most money you made in one day? He said 3.5 million. I said, you made 3.5 million in one day. So I had the same question for you. What's the most money you think? We're talking about the 80s, y'all. He ain't got it now, y'all. Don't be ask for cash. We're talking about back in the day, y'all. What was the most amount of money you had at one time?
Yeah, it was millions, but you know, because at that time you don't think it's gonna ever stop. You know, like if you selling 200-300 keys a day, because I stopped selling like ounces or 9 ounces, whatever. Just you had to buy kilos. You got to buy, you know. So I'm selling 100 a day. Shit.
And how
And
much
you can
was
get a
one
20
back
real
then?
quick.
How much was 1 kilo back then?
When we first started, it was 40. But when we stopped,
40,000?
Yeah, when it stopped, it was probably 8.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to, when me and Rick go to our case right here, when we got to this case, it was 10. I was about 100 for $1 million.
Little discounts.
Yo, Chico answering the question. Yo, D-Tom asking a question right now, Chico. He said, thank you for the super chat too, D-Tom. Appreciate you, man, for setting it off. Chico, I think Sherm was more of a shocking impact out the gate. What was the difference between Coke and Sherm? And what is Sherm? I don't even know what Sherm is.
I think we could, like the Sherm, we would, like blacks could control that. You know, they
Leak.
Leak?
Yeah. That's our lingo. Leak.
What is it? Is it like dust or
Yeah,
what is
Angel
it?
Dust, PCP.
Oh, I remember when that shit started. Everybody was just like, not good. I think crack. I don't know. Crackheads seem to behave themselves a little better.
Yo, what was the difference? Did you mess with that? You mess with that Sherm, or was you?
Yeah, because you know, it's just like, you know, you going up in Compton, say Compton, Watts. We the manufacturers of that shit, like recipe, the stuff, this, and we was easy to get it, and we got the recipe. That's what people that never give up the recipe.
You still remember it?
Yeah, the
Right.
best.
I need a house. Tell me. I won't tell nobody.
That day was before
DM it to me.
you know, that was It was something right there. Because the money started coming in. The money. Let me answer my door. Sorry about that.
Hey, yo, man, good. Yo, thanks for everybody for tapping and hit that like button, man. We got Chico Brown in here. You know, he's telling us about getting busted by the CIA. Yo, when he said the CIA to me, when Jay Bird was telling me about the story, I said the CIA. I looked through my window like, hold up, wait a minute. I don't want no smoke with the CIA.
Hey, listen, everybody you think
The
crazy,
CIA.
man.
The interview might be too big for Bad Mikey. Hold up.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Make sure
hit that like button. Go ahead, Joey. What you about to say?
Like and share. Hit that like button, man. Come on. We got Damn Homie in the building. We got Chico Brown in the building. You got Joey P in the building. You got Bad Mikey in the building. Man, stop playing, man. Jay Burton, stop playing. Hit that like button, man. Y'all know what it is.
So how was your time, man? How was your time? How did your time go when they locked you up? How'd that go?
You know, like everybody, when I went to prison, everybody knew I was coming because, you know, my case was all over the country on TV. And then I was on, like, say, Harad or every TV show could talk about, you know, because they were talking about.
I heard you was on Harad, though.
Yeah, that's funny. But I was on, like, Montel, all those shows because they were talking about, you know, two dudes who got caught with the CIA. So selling drugs for the CIA, that was a thing that we were selling for them. And then when Maxine Waters them got involved in it, Ben Chavez, what's his name? Jesse Jackson. So all of it was via I was on that show via satellite, and you know, they was like really upset. Like, damn, all this time, you know, they talk about we sell these drugs and stuff, but they come to find out that we were supplied by our own government. That was like, what the fuck?
So wait a minute. The whole time y'all was hustling, y'all was being supplied by the government and y'all ain't know about it?
We didn't know until we went to prison. Until me and Rick was in
the
shit. Dang. Yo, hold on. Let me get a brief break, man. Yo, everybody on Hood Love TV, make sure y'all go subscribe to Official Prison Talk. They made this happen. You know, Damn Homie, Jay Burton, Joey P, Chico Brown. Make sure y'all subscribe to Official Prison Talk, man. You know what I mean? This is family right here. This is Hood Love. I'm Official Prison Talk. We all one over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no separation. So make sure y'all subscribe to them as well. You heard?
Big shout outs to Mikey B. Good looking out, homie.
But Chico, drop your link. But yo, wait a minute. So all that time, y'all didn't know y'all was hustling for the cops?
No, we didn't find out until we was.
They not the cops, really.
We found out. You know how we found out? This is like some unbelievable stuff. So we in our cell. We like, shit, man. You know, we thinking about damn. You got to go to trial because you looking at 3 strikes. It's like, damn, man. If they come with 20, I'm gonna take the 20. You know, this is what we thinking of. Then a reporter got in touch with us, like, I really want to talk to y'all. I got some information that probably can get y'all released. This is Gary Webb. Like, yeah, right. Then he came up there to visit me and Rick, and he came with all this paperwork, said, you know, I know y'all don't know this, but y'all been selling drugs for the United States government forever. Like, what? So he had all the paperwork. It was showing it like that, but it was redacted. Like, people named it, like, what the fuck? Like,
hey, yo, I know when you heard that, you probably were like, there is a God. I got all this money for you. You better give me a deal out this shit. You heard?
No, we was like, shit, we coming home because
we coming home.
The name was in our paperwork. The name was in our paperwork. You were like, what? Like, I'm talking about president's name and this name, and like, what the fuck? And then that's why Rick was like, man, can you believe this? And we like, that's what Maxine and all of that. Because when Gary finished the book, this is before he even wrote the book. So he talking about, you know, I got exposed. This story. Like, all the time that I've been doing this, you know who the supplier, like, then the names and the people and all that just start coming together. I'm like, oh my God, this shit is crazy. So that's how we found out. We found out in our cell.
Let me say something on that. First, salute to Dion. We love you, bro. We see you. Let me tell you something. Salutes to Maya. We see you, girlfriend. Make sure y'all tap on to that official prison talk. We are family right here, y'all. Hood love. My brother Chico, that's my big bro.
Hold on 1 second.
I
Get my
won't. Hey, look. Joseph always coming from the East Coast. Anytime I say, Joseph, bro, I need you. Joseph would stop everything and come from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast to come hang out with the people. Joseph had a chance to come out here to hang out with Chico in the heart of LA. And at his compound, he got the big ass compound. For y'all don't know, y'all can go check the official prison talk page. Y'all can see Joseph walking around the compound with Chico Brown. He has a hell of a story. I read the movie script. He hasn't really said the good shit. A lot of good shit. Well, he did say some good shit because the police was involved. I mean, not the police, but the government. If you want to name drop some of your celebrity friends, he got some of the biggest celebrity friends you could think of. Y'all, he just being humble, y'all. But Joseph, before we ask Chico to name drop, because he going to the Oscar dinner tonight. So that's something real. Joseph, how was it when you came out here from the East Coast so people could know how we do it on the West Coast and when we showed you that West Coast love? Maya, damn homie, you can say next about you when you get over here and come and get embraced by the West Coast. And because Mikey B, you next. We got to get you over here so you can see what's going on over here. Right.
Hey, listen.
Joseph, go and pick that up.
I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Whenever Jay Burton tell me to pull up, I'm there.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever Jay Burton, the big homie, like, yo, pull up, I'm there.
This is a big fact right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Brooklyn, Brownsville, man. You know, never been to California in my life until, recently. I seen the last 3 years. I've probably been in there 5-6 times now, right? I was out there with Chico Brown. I had the privilege. It's a privilege. I went from Freeway straight to big homie Chico Brown. Actually, I was with Nick Cannon's little brother, actually. Gabe Cannon. Big shout outs to you, Gabe Cannon. You already know what it is. Right from there, man, from the beginning when we walked the door, we spent hours together. He showed us the studio. It was mad big, y'all. Like, you can go make a whole movie in. There's a set. There's a movie room. That shit's so big, like a castle. That shit like a castle. And I'm not just saying this shit. Actually, me and damn homie gonna go do some shit with him real soon. Actually, he gonna have a podcast on for us real soon. But the big homie Chico, man, was so much hospitality. You know what I'm saying? Showed us love. There was no difference between the West Coast and the East Coast in terms of the struggle, right? Niggas go to jail over here. Niggas go to jail over there. Niggas sell drugs over here. Niggas sell drugs over there. And I hate to use these terminologies, but this is the language y'all young niggas need to listen to, right? It's love. So when I got to Cali, I thought it was going to be like Tupac, Biggie shit. I thought, you know what I'm saying? Nah, they was banging DMX out there. I'm like, oh, y'all bang DMX? They're like, yeah. They pulled the 6-4s out for me. Yo, they showed me nothing but love, man. And I want people to know, man, the West Coast got mad. Whatever y'all see on the internet and all that old crazy shit, that shit ain't real. I'm out there all the time in the field with them. So big shout outs to the Keyways, big shout outs to the Damos, and big shout outs to the Brown Pride, man. We doing it like that, man.
Hey, yo, listen, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. Whole Love TV. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Take a second out to go subscribe to Official Prison Talk. If y'all not subscribed already, go subscribe over there, man. You know what I'm saying? This is family. We locked in. Right. Official Prison Talk. We all the same. We all one over here. This We Nation. You know what I'm saying? West Coast to the East Coast
to the East Coast.
And everywhere in between. This We Nation. This is what we doing. You know what I'm saying? This is the vibes. It's been the vibes. You know what I mean? We've been building this for a while. This empire, we've been building this for years now. You heard?
Years.
So this is what it is. So make sure y'all go subscribe to Official Prison Talk. You know, I'm gonna be over there. They're gonna be over here. We're gonna be together doing a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all tapped in. But
so Chico, you got friends like Master P, Lamar Odom, who you let me meet. Because of you, I met Lamar Odom. You got a lot of big name friends. Could you tell us a little bit about your friends and how they help you contribute back to those who don't have nothing?
Oh, can I say something before you do that?
Go.
Before you do that, I forgot to say I met Lamar Odom, y'all, through the big homie.
Wow, that's lit.
Right.
Bowling! Yeah, Lamar, you know what it is. Big shout out to Lamar Odom, man. Keep doing your thing, big homie.
Yeah, Lamar just did. I know he just did the Kardashian show. I was just with him yesterday, but he kind of upset that he did the show. But it's cool. But like, you know, one of my good friends is Mark Wahlberg.
Mark, salutes to Mark.
Bought
Damn,
one of my
that's he just slid that in there. One of my good friends is Mark Ward. What? Like
Mark actually purchased one of my youth centers in South Central. He produced one of my movies that I did called Compton Rising. It was a TV series on Netflix. He actually in my movie, my life story. He's in my life story because he's part of my life. Not the acting part, just for his whole character, like helping me with any problems I had, like trying to raise money when I first started my youth center. And I met Mark through Penny Marshall. Penny Marshall was like probably like, you know, my second mother.
Do y'all know who that is, y'all? That's Laverne and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley,
y'all. Just case, you know.
Penny Marshall.
You know.
So,
ahead,
the movie is really about, you know, of course it's a drug movie, but it's more of a how me and Penny Marshall become best friends. We like, she's Miss Hollywood, green like any movie, but she become friends with me. I'm taking her to Compton and Watts on a daily basis. And we talk about an A-list celebrity,
right?
She liked the hood.
Not a hood. She because she's from the Bronx, so she was. I think I said, actually, you just think you in the Bronx or somewhere, because she had a party for me to raise money for my organization. And so when I say A-list, I mean you name the people. They was at my party. We had a big old mansion that Esquire magazine did for it. Right. Everybody at this party. But
name the biggest superstar singer you met at that party.
Oh no, no, you talking about
other party
when she introduced me to Bill Gates. But that was
Bill Gates.
Right.
Yeah, I had dinner with Bill Gates on some crazy stuff. Like, you know, you want to go meet Bill Gates? I think he can help you with your charity, like that. I'm like, well, I just came out of prison. I was only out for like a year or two, so I'll go meet Bill Gates.
Bill Gates be definitely helping out too,
huh?
I mean, shit.
The Bill Gates is, you know, Tiffany had us like. We when I first came home from prison, we started working together at the youth center. So we've been friends since she was 20, I guess, since 2001. And we still best of friends. I'm doing something with her in April, filming some stuff. But
that's what I'm saying. He can name drop. He just been modest, y'all.
That's
don't be modest, man.
Hey, tell about your little relative.
Like I bring them to the hood. Like I bring them to Watts. I bring them to Compton. Like I all my events is in Compton. Master P comes, and P, you know, I know he's, you know, doing all the stuff. The Super Bowl, you see him at the Super Bowl, but he come to the hood. Mark come to the hood. Like that's how I do it. Like it's not no security.
Can I say one more thing, big homie? Because I gotta give you flowers, bro. I gotta listen. He made a call to Master P for us. I'm at the BT Awards. You hear me? Me, Gabe Cannon, we out there chilling. We hit him up. We like, yo, bro, we try to get with Master P on one-on-one. What you do, big homie? Call Master P. We supposed to go meet him in the office. Yo, we fumbled the bag though, but yo, Master P, big shout outs to you, man. You already know, man. We went to the wrong door. So big shout outs to you for even making that call for us, big bro.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell. I just want to say something more because I read the movie. I had the privilege to read the movie script. It's an amazing story. He mentioned a guy named Gary Webb. Most people probably don't know who Gary Webb is. Gary Webb was a journalist out of San Jose, California, and he the one that helped really had played a major role of exposing the U.S. government and their ties to drug trafficking. I'm talking about. We talking about the Ronald Reagan, George Bush era. If y'all familiar with the Iran-Contra scandal, right? So Gary Webb is one of the ones that gave light to this. That man that when Chico got out after doing 10 years in federal prison, he started hanging out with Chico to finish writing his book and everything. Yeah. But he told Chico, look, I think my life is in danger. Chico, you want to pick it up from there? Because they need to know, like, this shit got real gritty at one time.
Tell us how you met Maxine Waters and all that, how that came about, too, because I heard you met with Maxine Waters and all that. How did that come about?
This is a real story. Like I ended up getting an office in her office because she wanted me to be close to her. This because I had got on bail. I got on bail like because at first I didn't have a bill for like a year and 2 months or whatever. So they finally gave me a bill for like $1 million. So Maxine was in, trying to find out what happened. And so I get out. This is before the CIA come to Watts. So I'm with her. She like, I want you to go to this event because the Deutsch is coming to Watts today to talk about why they didn't do that. But they don't know you here. They don't even know you out. I just need you to, this is a true story. She said, I just need you to be in the audience. So that's when Deutsch was telling the country that there's no involvement, that the CIA was involved in no drug trafficking. So they saying this, but they don't know I'm in there. And then I stood up and I told them like, I told them they lied, like y'all lying. I'm the one about to go to prison about this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to go to prison. Y'all just told me the other day that the investigation is ongoing, and now y'all telling these people that the investigation is over with. I'm like, you up here lying to the American people. But the next day, 2 days after, I go to prison. They came and got me. So I was only out for like 2 months. But that's, and so Gary was there doing the story of this, because he was actually writing another book. And so Gary had them like busted. They couldn't do shit. But at the same time, that's when the threats start to come. Like,
hey, could I ask you, Chico? Hey, because they said, what's the name? They said Gary Webb committed suicide. He got 2 bullets in the face. How you could shoot yourself twice in the face? We all know. Okay.
That's the story they told.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, have you ever, your story is about to reopen a wound that the government let heal over years of time. Your story, when that movie come out and they see who the real Chico Brown, Frederick Ross actually is with your movie, do you fear that they're going to try to retaliate against you?
I mean, the shit is what it is. It happened. I'm not saying that they giving me drugs now. I'm saying this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? So we read my story. You read the story. So,
right.
The story for me is more about, like I said, it's not really a drug movie. It's about how 2 people from different worlds become friends. And at the same time, bro, I was going through all this other stuff, trying to find my identity after I came home from prison. So I think, because this could be anybody. This could have happened to anybody. It just happened to me. And like Rick's story, we got the same story, but it's a different story because he's telling it from his point of view, and I'm telling it from my point of view. Many people heard Rick's story because he tell the story, but I was the one who never wanted to tell this story because Gary was my friend. Right. I hung out with Gary. All the stuff that's in the book, I gave it to Gary, from the pictures, from everything.
And when you say pictures, for people that don't know what that means, pictures.
The pictures, like if you ever get the book Dark Alliance, it's pictures with Blandon, Noriega, all of us, in pictures of when me and Rick got busted with the cocaine, the honey key, the money, everything. I gave him the pictures to put in.
What do you think your biggest regret is throughout everything?
Huh?
What is your biggest regret that kind of haunts you at night?
Good question.
Shit, just be the thing that I started selling drugs. Like, I wasn't raised like that. I think it becomes a culture thing. Like, none of us was raised like that.
I think the way we look at it is like, well, if I didn't sell you the drugs, someone else will. So it's like, I might as well. You're still going to get the drugs somehow. That's
one of the stories. Like, I did this TV show with, y'all probably know this guy, Larry Elders, because
Cold Negro.
Larry Elders.
No, he ain't. He cool. If you don't like a conservative politics coming from a black man, you would think he's a cold Negro. But if you listen to a lot of stuff he's saying, he be hitting some stuff. He just know how to talk to you. The way he talk to you, it just rub you the wrong way. But if you just listen to him, but go ahead, Chico. This is your story. This is your time to shine.
Larry Elders was on. I think this time I was on Gerardo, but Larry was on there. Maxine Waters, Ben Chavez, Jesse Jackson, all of them was on my side. Said I shouldn't go to prison because the government gave me drugs. But Larry was on there on the opposite with the Republicans. He said that I should go to prison for the rest of my life because if the government gave him drugs, 100 kilos, 1,000 kilos, it would still be at his front door. That I made a bad choice and decision to touch them drugs and become a drug dealer. At the time, I was like, like, who is this dude? This is me on TV, but I'm on national TV. I like, so I told him, man, like, that's all right. When I come home, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna kill you. I said this on national TV. This is recorded. You can go back and look at this shit. I say, that's all right. When I come home. And so when I came home from prison, I'm working at a place called Home, the youth center. And the radio station is on his station. And I hear his voice. So I'm like, damn, that's that man. Like, that's that man. So it was K Cal something. I dialed that number and it went straight through. They picked up the phone. They said, Larry Elder Show. And I was like, I want to speak to Larry. And they were like, you want to speak to Larry? They said, who is this? I said, it's Chico Brown. And they knew who I was. And they're like, hold on. And they connect me to him. So I called him to, to really curse him out. But at the time I was doing that, everything changed in me. Like, damn, this man Mike was right. Like, everything he said to me, there's some truth in it. I didn't have to do this. And so my perception about him changed. And I told him, man, look, I really called you to tell you about yourself, and then I told him, man, thank you for whatever words you gave me, changed the whole course of my life. That's what I told him. We've been friends ever since. He was running for president, he's of course he's a Republican, but he was on a ticket. So I talked to him as a conservative and I listened to some of the shit he said. And, I can say some of the stuff he said to me was true. I made a bad choice and decision to touch that shit.
And the question everybody would ask you, based on them, homie, they'll ask you, if it was 100 keys sitting in front of your doorstep today, would you touch it again?
Obviously. No,
I wouldn't touch it at all. I would run it so far because it's
exactly.
At the same time, when we don't know.
I wish I'd have known you in the 80s, though.
Me too. No, I was just born.
Because at the same time, at the end of it, like, they know exactly what you're doing at all times. Like, it's just a matter of time.
Yo, my childhood was bad enough, man. I'm glad I ain't know you in the 80s. You heard?
No, I still wish I did.
I tried to hustle in the 80s with the old timers. They wouldn't let me get out there and trap. I tried to get out there and get it, but they wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? Respect to the OGs from my hood, in Queens. You know what I'm saying?
I was everywhere, shit. But New York was.
I mean, y'all wouldn't. The rules really had changed in the game anyway from how they was to how they are now, right? In the West Coast and the East Coast, right?
Totally different. It's a whole difference. Like, everything for us, the gangs, the drugs, the gang stuff is like, I'm gonna tell you, it's 100% watered down from when I grew up with it, because it was, if you was a Crip, you was a Crip. Everybody knew you was a Crip because that's what you identified. If you was a blood, that's what you was. But it wasn't like now where, we never associate with each other at all.
Mm-hmm.
Got you outside, this is outside. You cross that line and this is what it is. It was a difference. It wasn't like now, like you say cuz, others will say blood to you. That, that never happened in the history of, but now, it's okay. And for me, I don't disagree on what they're doing. I think it's good, but at the same time, don't promote that shit. Like a lot of dudes on social media promote that it's okay to be this. It's okay to be a Crip. It's okay. Then the music industry come in and they want to. They didn't make. We should have patented that shit. Crip walking.
Yeah, they exploited our ignorance. That's exactly what they did. They made billions. We made $2. I mean, it's just like. Every aspect of the game that came into the hoods, you dealing with a bunch of impoverished youth.
And they monetize that shit.
Huh?
Yeah, they monetize that shit.
Yeah, so the thing is, they figured out how to monetize everything, but we didn't. That was our own ignorance. So today, what are you doing today, Chico? So, because people want to know what is. We heard the story, crazy story, a bunch of ups and downs.
So before you go into that. Yeah. Before you go to that, Jay Burton, real quick, just ask this question for minutes to King Podface.
Okay.
Do you feel
What's up, Podface?
Yo, Podface, salute, man. We Nation, man. Salute to Minister King, man. That's We Nation right there, you heard?
Yeah.
He said, do you feel like drug dealing is doing the work of white supremacy based on a government counterintelligence program?
And no question, I felt that like from when I came home, even with the work I started doing, because when I started opening up youth centers, you know, it was me opening up youth centers, but not talking about like I had all kind of media around me when I was doing bad. When I started opening up youth centers doing good, all the media left. It wasn't about me helping kids or getting this kid that was probably about to join the gang, because that happened too. And I got a few kids right now that's still in the NBA for my programs or doctors and stuff like that. But they never glorify that. They just glorify all the bad stuff that I did.
All right. So go ahead, Jay Burton. Re-ask that question, bro. Excuse me.
People getting the idea of your life, but the story is going to really be told in the movie, and it's going to really be told in his book, because he also got a book that's going to follow the movie, either come out before the movie or after the movie. Before I even ask my question, could you kind of give us an idea of who are the main characters in your movie? Who when people be like, they're going to be surprised to see these people in your movie, these people that played a role in your life? I mean, I read the movie script. I know who basically is in there, but a lot of people are going to be surprised at some names.
Of course, Tiffany Haddish playing. She playing herself. Mark Wahlberg playing himself in the movie. What's her name playing Penny? Meryl Streep is playing Penny. We haven't found who's playing me yet. We was talking about that all last night. We got a couple of ideas of who gonna play me, but
who would be your idea man? Since you stopped, who would be your idea man to play Chico Brown?
You know what came up last night? This is funny because this conversation went from actors who won Oscars to Chris Brown. They figured Chris Brown is
that would be lit.
That'd be lit.
He could do a flip.
Last night.
Chris Brown is from your rival neighborhood.
That's what I know. They came up. They talking about all that, and you know, his body. Dave and them is my like best friends, and they were like, Chico, man, he claimed Compton. He wanted to be from Compton, and it'd be a perfect role for him to play you, because I mean, it went from dude Mackie to this person, and we just figured it out. The dude came up last night. I'm actually in a meeting last night about this. Who's gonna play you? They said, I know he's not a veteran actor, but Chris could do this job because he want to be because they were like, even though that you do all this stuff, but what about back in the days when you was this person? You know, Chris Brown would be perfect. And I was like, damn. Wow. I thought about it last night. I was like, damn, that would be. And then they got like 130 million followers. Like, he's perfect.
I do want to say this to you, big homie. I want the people out there in the world to understand that this ain't no straight to VCR type of movie. This is a big budget movie right here. You know what I'm saying? And,
this is going straight to theaters. This is not like my last movie. I'll tell you, it premieres in Paris Wednesday. Like, you know, it showed out here in May. And this film is called I Am Gitmo. I produced it. I even played in it. I'm in the movie. But the International Film Festival, they got this thing everywhere. It premieres Wednesday in Paris. Unfortunately, I'm not going, but my partner is going. I'm like, just going. And it opened in, I think they said 30 theaters in Paris. So that's like big. Like, here I am, did a film, and it's called I Am Gitmo. You can search I Am Gitmo. It's a film nobody would think that I would do or be a part of, but it's not, I'm not just about doing black films. I'm about doing films. Right. And so this film is really, and the good thing about this film too, the people don't know, I know Jay Burton knows, I actually cast 20 Crips and 20 Pyrus that's in the movie as well.
Wow, that's lit.
Not only did they in the movie, they built all the sets for the movie. And if you see this film, you go like, no way, because it's like some of it is in Afghanistan and Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, but we right here in California, but it looked like we did. You know what I'm saying? It looked like you can't tell the difference. And then like every Crip and Pyru that's my friends is in this film. They did something on it. If they're not in it, they built the sets for this movie.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen pieces of it. I've seen pieces of the production. I even seen you in there. Holding a gun, holding a military style rifle.
Yeah.
What was your role?
What
was your role?
I'm playing. Yeah, that's crazy. I was like a Navy officer, a colonel. I was the only good guy in the movie, trying to help the dude, Sadiq, because he was in prison for after 9/11. After 9/11 happened, and you know how we went to Afghanistan and we captured these dudes and said it was part of it. Like 98% of the people who went to prison in Guantanamo Bay didn't have nothing to do with 9/11, but we captured 852 of them and locked them up in prison. The same prison Trump talking about putting these in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. So we did that. Our United States government did that. I think it's like 36 of them still in prison with no charges. So all of them, it was like 800 or something in there with no charges. So when you see this film, it's a tearjerker, but I'm the only dude. You know, I was trying to help the guys get away and stuff like that. But it's a great film.
So when is your movie and your book coming out?
Well, last night, like this just happened because I had to bring in another writer just to tighten it up. Hopefully, I start filming like in August. Hopefully, like everything is ready. And in the book, we should probably start about another month, and we start putting that book together.
What's the name of the book? What's the name of the movie?
The name of the book is The Last Game. The Last Game is the reason why I made it The Last Game because Penny Marshall died. Penny died, so the last thing we did, like 2 days before she died, we watched the Laker game. I was over there with her on her bed, just talking to her. But I knew something was wrong. Like I felt it, and I told myself like this is something right. And 2 days later, she died in her bed.
Sorry to hear that.
Yep. So the last game is about me coming home. It's about once I came home. We talk about this, the whole drug thing, the whole killing. Like one of my good friends, Boo, who picked me up from prison, but he was like from my neighborhood, and I called him my nephew, but he ended up getting killed. And we got a funeral. This is after I come home. We had a funeral after one of his cousins. All this stuff is gang related. So we go into a funeral. It was his cousin's funeral. So while we at the funeral, he get killed too. So this is all in the movie. Like when you say murders and stuff, like I've been through that shit since, like I said, 76 to the last funeral I went to. Last funeral I went to was what? Last week, Jay Bird? And I told you I had to go to, I sent you a video footage of
Right.
Of this shit,
And this year alone, I say within the last 3 or 4 months, you'd have been to at least 4 funerals.
Man, no. This month alone, I've been to 4 funerals.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Damn.
Yeah. And I'm like,
That's why we got to change the game, bro.
Game through
Chico,
game.
Chico, I'm glad you gave us your time to spend up here. We know you could be at something even better. Then again, this is a great place to be at. So let me take that back.
I really enjoy like telling the people the real. Like I'm not on here talking about I'm a big Crip or I'm a big Power Room, man. That shit, I'm a big blood. Like that stuff is fictitious to me because I've been around this shit all my life. I know what it is, like, get shot or a gun to your head, kidnapping, all that stuff. Real stuff, real people dying. Like not saying that I'm the biggest Crip, I'm the biggest drug dealer, I'm the biggest. No, everybody got their own kind of type of situation. And, I think if we start educating these kids on what's really gonna go on, like somebody told me I was gonna get life in prison at the time I was doing all this shit, or if it's possible that I was gonna even go to prison, I don't think I would have been doing this shit.
Facts. I agree. But I do want to tell you though, Chico, though, big homie, it is important for people like you to tell your story because people don't really have access to you like that because you're really, you're the type of man who don't glorify this shit, right? But at the same time, our relationship with you and your relationship with the people, because you work in the community, you do. I could list a whole bunch of shit you do that I know personally, right? But for you to come on Hood Love, come on Official Prison Talk and rock with us and be able to be transparent, man, I think at the end of the day, we laugh and we joke and we understand that that's when we was younger, the things we laugh and joke about. But we wouldn't make those same decisions today as grown elder men who been in prison for 20, 30, 40 years. Of course not. We laugh and joke just for the youth to understand that you was a baller. You was balling. So when they think of balling, they will understand that you really been through that. So who else can you listen to outside of a man who really been into?
Joseph, we can't hear you, Joe.
I'm gonna take like I was telling people when we talk about Crips and Pyrus, I'm there from the beginning. Like you talking about 69, I was born in 64. So I'm 5 years old when this shit started. I got shot.
My bad, y'all. Somebody try to call me, man. But like I was saying, you've been on a whole nother level with this, man. So I respect you, man. Showing Brooklyn love, though. Like, you know what I mean? You show New York love. So for those who out there, man, just know me and damn homies gonna do some major shit with you, man, real soon. And you know, we got Mikey B with us. One thing about it, we ain't just saying this, we already did it together. You know what I'm saying? We already did this together. So now we're gonna do it even bigger this time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure I got damn homie in the building and the hood love in the building so we can do some major things, man, because your voice need to be heard, big homie. You know what I mean?
Hey, so
I'm gonna salute you.
When you go into production, we got to bring you back up here. We're gonna have a lot of things going on because people got to hear this story even some more. Because I'm telling you, it's a great story. When he sent me the story, I was like blown away. I done read every story you can think of, but it's just so many twists and turns in this story that's gonna be like, wow, this is a story that needed to be told. His book is even better than even. Of course, the book is always gonna be better than the actual movie because you only get squeezed an hour and a half, almost 2 hours into to the visual aspect of it. But when you read it, it's gonna be blown away. I really appreciate Monster Yo. So I really appreciate you, bro.
She said, "What's it called again?" She said, "What's it called again?"
Well, the thing is, the movie ain't even. It's not even produced yet.
No, I'm asking what the book is called.
He's gonna come back up here when the movie get produced. The movie is based on his true life story.
Chico
this is not. Story. Yeah, it's his true life story. It's a cold story about how the CIA funneled hundreds of millions of dollars worth of cocaine into our communities. How people like Chico, Freeway, Rick, them was some of the people that they didn't know at the time that they was working for these type of people, but you know they was working for these type of people. But Chico's story is so good because when he came home, he knew that he had to give back to the community that he helped destroy. I love this big bro, man. He's a good dude, man. He do everything he can to make sure that he repair what he helped break.
Right.
He has a hell of a story.
Let me ask you, Chico, what is your message to the youth? If you could get one message out.
My message is like, regardless of the situation you think you're in, it could be bad. Like I think my situation was bad. You can change the direction of your life by changing the stuff that you do in life. Like, of course, who you hang out with. You know, a lot of stuff for me changed, and never could nobody have told you that I would change this dramatic fashion. Where my friends is, and I still have, friends from Compton. I still do the same stuff I did. But the direction of my life changed as I changed. You know, you gotta want to change too. You just can't talk about I'm gonna change. You gotta put the work in to change your life. And then me meeting Bill Gates and me meeting Mark or me meeting Brad Pitt, they end up trusting me like he's not that person they talk about. They're not this person who did this and did that. Like when Anthony Edwards. I don't know if y'all know Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he got my homegirl pregnant and like 5 other bitches at the same time. Yeah. He was negotiating the abortion with her lawyer. Literally, her lawyer called his lawyer and they were negotiating how much the abortion would be. And the bitch got the abortion before getting the money. So he told her goodbye.
Oh, so who is this person? Who is this person?
Some dumb bitch. Oh,
no,
the
guy, the name
basketball player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, basketball player.
Yeah, he got money.
You gotta want to change though. You know, like you gotta put in the work. Like,
hey, yo,
I growing up in the hood that changed your life. You know that shit. Like even like I still go to Compton all the time, but I still got this love like Chico, the big Chico. Like And then it's no problem for me to go in a Blood neighborhood, a Powder Room neighborhood, go to Nickerson. And one time I couldn't go to no Nickerson's.
Exactly. And we literally 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, right there across the
His
street.
neighborhood literally 5 minutes away from my neighborhood.
That's crazy. You can't even cross the street. You're gonna get shot for no reason just because you
No,
from a certain
no.
neighborhood.
The neighborhood that Chris Brown talk about, it's one street that divide us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My neighborhood is right here.
Fruitown and Corner Park.
I gotta give a big shout out to my nigga Big Whack though, man. Big shout outs to Big Whack, man.
Hey, Chico neighborhood, Corner Pocket.
Yeah.
Corner Pocket Country Crips. You got Fruitown Paru literally right in the backyard.
Right there. That shit
Right
crazy.
Because it's a store that we both used to go to. We shared the same stores. If you get caught at that store, then you get caught. You go to this, and then but I become friends with them, like Dave and Ducky. You probably heard it because Dave is Chris' bodyguard and Ducky is
Chris
Rick
Brown bodyguard, y'all.
Yeah, so we
Big
talk.
shout outs to John T.
Every day. You know what I'm saying? Me and David talk every day. He's been Chris Brown bodyguard for a long time, but he's from Fruitown Paru, and Ducky is Rick Ross bodyguard.
Sure is.
Somebody and
Big Ducky.
Yeah, Big Duck from
yeah, that's the homie right there, Fruitown Paru. It's good.
But we gang bang each other when we was 15 and 14 years old.
You well, I there's other things I want to talk about. I want to say that for another later show. We done had you up here for a long time. I know that you got to go to an Oscar. I'm just throwing this in your face. You going to an Oscar dinner?
Yeah,
we already know that the Oscars about to come.
I'm gonna call you right there because I told you. I know Whippy going because there's some other stuff I'm doing with Whippy, but she's going. Then I'm gonna call you.
Whippy Goldberg.
Can I say one thing before we end this? When we was just with you the other day, big shout outs to Maya G. You already know Maya G.
We see you, Maya.
When we was just with you on your birthday.
Oh yeah, we was just with Chico for his
Who was that singing
birthday.
for you?
Oh yeah, y'all was.
We was live. Yeah, we was live.
Yeah, nigga, what are you talking about, big? I mean, stop playing. You know what it is. Who was
funny,
that singing though?
Shit, I don't remember. It was a few people singing, but let me see.
He had all types of people up in that joint. Man, he
Yeah,
humble as hell, man.
Oh, that was no. Remember, I called you not too long ago. I was at the show with
Marsha.
No, Marsha. No, with what's her name?
The singer broad.
Not Patti LaBelle, the other one.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. That's what I'm talking about.
Like I say, we got a boss up here, y'all. This man, he can name drop all day. Cole thing, he having name drop. I'm making him name drop, so that shows you how humble he is. He can name drop all day, and like I say, he ain't done none of that. I've been forcing him, so it's no bragging. I'm just showing y'all that we got a real one up here, y'all. And we appreciate everybody, all y'all compliments, all the comments that been in here. Y'all been giving it up to us. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to Official Prison Talk and follow both of us, Hood Love. Y'all follow us so we can give y'all more exclusive content. And my big bro, he got a movie coming out. No, they got to make it. Then we're gonna bring it back up here. He got a movie, a book. Oh man, it's a brilliant movie. Y'all think,
but don't forget to give him his flowers though. While you alive. Nigga, your flowers while you alive, big homie.
That's right.
Salute. Wait for him to go where he go, y'all.
Right. So we got the East Coast and the West Coast in there.
Salute to
Chico, we from the Hub and Dub, which is Hub and Dub. Y'all know what that is. Hub City is Compton. The Dub is Watts. We got Hub and Dub, and we got Brooklyn and Queens in this bitch. This is the East Coast and the West Coast. This is how we meet when we come together. We bring up, formulate these ideas and structure a plan, and then we execute what we've been doing for y'all all day. Y'all, they get this story from nowhere but here on Hood Love TV, Official Prison
Talk. You already know.
Y'all subscribe to that channel, y'all.
Official Prison Talk.
All right, so good. So I appreciate y'all having me, man. This is great. So I know Sunday I'll be at the studio. I don't know. P might be there. I don't know who's gonna be there, but I got some people coming to talk about this movie stuff. If y'all want to tune in, just call me like at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'll be at the studio doing some recording.
Lock it in.
Yeah, we.
So what day is that? Salutes to Babalu. Rest in peace. Now you said
Babalu.
OG Babalu. That's the big homie,
King
man.
Babalu.
Rest in peace, y'all. He's one of the OGs, one of the the big guys that came.
AC Moses.
Yeah. So You said you're going to be with Pete. See, people who don't know what Pete, see, he just used certain. That's Masterpiece. So when do you want us to tap in with you, big bro?
Sunday.
I mean, I know I can tap in, but when do you want us to tap in?
Sunday about 2 or 3 o'clock my time. I'll be up there.
So that'd be about 5 of y'all time.
That's like about 5 our time. I mean, I'll box it out. I'll say, you know what I'm saying? We tap in.
All right,
Honey.
so I gotta go, y'all. So let's
Yo,
talk.
appreciate you, big bro. Appreciate you for tapping in.
Peace and love, damn homie. Thank you for your time, damn
appreciate
homie.
You for the work that you're doing out there in the community, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yo, we got 2 bosses up here, man. Well, you got 5
Got
bosses
5
up here.
bosses.
We got
Yo,
damn
listen,
homie.
man.
Let's give a shout out.
Listen.
You know we gotta give damn homie.
Yo, we gotta shout out Free Jay Burton. Yo, Jay Burton be behind the scenes making all this happen.
Yeah.
Yo, salute to my big, listen, that's my big bro right there.
Right, thank you, bro.
Yeah. Fish and tissue,
Salute
son.
to my big bro, Jay Burton.
Thank
you. Know what I'm saying?
Thank
I
you.
sent you them books. You should get them any day.
Yeah, mom's got the track and she'll get them any day, bro.
I don't even want nothing, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That's for you. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
Be off that shit, bro. You heard? Get your money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tripping off that. That's for me and you, bro. You heard?
I appreciate that.
We appreciate the work you do. We appreciate the connections. We appreciate how you treat our people coming from New York. How you make sure you safeguard our freedom and our lives over there in your community, bro. Right. We appreciate everything that you do from behind that wall, bro. You a strong individual. I can't wait to get you out here with us, bro. Real talk. You know
I'm working on it.
We need a real elder like you out here in the spill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need you back out here, bro. You heard?
Facts.
I appreciate
whatever I gotta do. I'm telling you now. I don't want nothing from you, but whatever I need to do. Whatever we need to do, let us know so we can get Hood Love involved. We get the community involved. We get the people involved to help you get up out of there, bro. You heard?
Oh, I thought we were gonna break him out. You were like, whatever I gotta. I thought it was gonna go somewhere else. I was like, oh.
See, now that's the behind the scenes. Everything ain't for the. You from New York? Everything ain't for the internet. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna keep that one to ourselves, y'all. Y'all ain't heard that. Y'all ain't heard that from there, huh?
Y'all ain't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Big shout outs though, Mikey B.
But y'all know y'all can holler at
Mikey
B. You know
hey, Mikey B. What people don't know, we've been behind the scenes doing a lot of things together, right? We built this a long time ago. This is called consistency and persistency. And then we got people like Damn Homie who come in the building and keep it funky with us, man. So I definitely want to book a couple shots for Damn Homie because at the end of the day, she fucking with the gangsters. She fucking with the people that recovered and changed our lives, man. And she giving us a voice too. So don't forget her, man, because she's very important.
Salute the Damn Homie. That's right. Salute the Damn Homie. We appreciate you. We appreciate your work. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your consistency because, you know, some people could tap in and then they be going tomorrow. You see them for a little while. All right, I'm out. And you never see them again. So we appreciate you being down and staying down, 10 toes down with us. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you guys because I think we could do a lot more together than we could do separately.
Yeah. Right.
We just started working.
Yeah, tell us so. That's light work. This fair.
I appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody, especially my panel up here. Y'all good friends to me. Ever since I met every last one of y'all, I could just call y'all gonna pick up. I really appreciate y'all. It don't stop because I'm in these prisons. Joseph, because I have no idea how I make this stuff work from these prison cells. But the thing is, you can't never limit yourself. I don't limit myself. And that's where a lot of us get lost at. I want to thank all those people like Preppy Loser, Tiny Let Loose, Maya G, all y'all that came on here, Dion, everybody. I've been reading all y'all comments. This is the first time I ever been on something that everybody came with some positive energy.
Word, right? Everybody tapped in, right? That's a fact.
When not our panel, I'm talking about those, you know, even there probably been some trolls on there, but they even gave love.
Everybody tapped in. I see Monster Yo. I see
everybody. Monster Yo, close to my bro.
Yeah,
I told everybody, man, y'all come up here. Let's do it. But I
see this real brother right here, y'all. I do want to say Jake Burton. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog right there, you know what I'm saying? Me and him been thugging for years, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying? When we was, you know, not understanding how this world worked and shit, like I'm sure Mikey V did, you know what I'm saying? The other niggas getting out of jail, right? We kept to it because we believed in some shit. And what we believed in was that, our stories was big enough to change some fucking lives. But we ain't gonna make this shit pretty though, because life ain't pretty. Life ain't pretty. right? Damn, homie's pretty, but life ain't pretty, right?
Right.
So you gotta understand, you know what I'm saying, that some things happen, and if somebody don't give you the game on how they overcame the shit, you won't know. So we like being open books, telling niggas we stabbed niggas and stolen shit and robbed and took. Like, who the fuck want to tell people shit like that? I don't want to be telling you I stole from my auntie one time, but I did. So this is the stories that niggas need to hear, that you ain't alone. I stole from my auntie too. Like, I stole a cigarette, $20 out of pocket, did a joint. I did all that shit you did. So we just want to show you that, yo, those decisions we made fucked us up a little bit, but we still good. So
we got back on track. We back on track.
Y'all already know we back on track. You know what I mean?
Track. That's right.
So subscribe to the Hood Love. Subscribe. Make sure y'all go follow the Damn Homie Show on Instagram. My Instagram is P. Lane. Y'all already know what it is, man. I'm on some crazy shit right now because at the end of the day, I just got out of prison.
All the buttons. Any button that you see, just hit the buttons. Cash App,
fucking buttons.
Subscribe, membership. Whatever you see, support.
Big facts.
Well, this
100 Mikey B. We out of here.
Good. Salute to y'all. You heard?
See you again.
Here, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother G'd Up Quentin too. His link is pinned too. Salute to everybody. Salute to the Mars. Salute to the channel. Damn homie. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we did good. This was a good one, man. Salute to Chico Brown. Always free J Burton. Y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? And we working, man. You know what I'm saying? To the next one, you heard? To the next one, we're going to see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Damn, homie. We out on that, you heard?